Hello everyone, my name is Samuel and I want to take you through animal rearing practices. Uh, okay, routine practices are those practices which are done routinely or repeatedly after some times in livestock production, uh, which includes feeding, we have watering, parasite control, breeding, identification, debeaking, tooth clipping, culling, dehoning, shearing, hoof trimming, castration, milk management, and etc. Uh, as you see in our picture, we have uh, dehoning, we also have tooth clipping, and we have debeaking. Those are some of the routine practices which I'm going to show you today. Okay, let's continue. Let's start with feeding, which is a very important routine practices in livestock production, and it is done to cater for both maintenance and the production need. There are certain period, e.g. during mating, pregnancy, and young animals that require specialized feeding. These specialized feeding practices include we are flashing, steaming up, and creep feeding. Let's look at flashing. Flashing is the giving of animal highly nutritious feed around service time. In sheep, it is done 2 to 3 weeks before tapping and continues 3 weeks after tapping. And in pigs, it is done 3 to 4 weeks before service. Okay, in sheep, we have tapping. Tapping is the same as serving, but in sheep. We have the importance of flashing. Uh, we have so many importance, but let's look at a few of them. It increases the conception rate. It is facilitate implantation of the zygote. It increases lumping percentage in sheep. Ensure birth of healthy lambs. Let's look at steaming up. This is the giving of extra feed on nutritive value to animal during the last week of gestation. Gestation, this is just, but in cattle, instead of saying pregnancy, we say gestation. That period, the 9 month period, which varies from animals to animals. Uh, you can see in the picture we have creep feeding in pigs, also in sheep. You can see there. We have another practice uh, in sheep, which is called docking. Docking is just but cutting of the tail. We have the importance of it. There are so many. We have the other management. You can see our animals, the cow. Uh, that is where they are fed and where they actually sleep. I have the importance of steaming up. Steaming up provide nutrients for maximum fetal growth. It ensures there's a lot of nutrients to ensure the fetal growth is done. It helps build up energy for paturation. Uh, as you know, paturation is the act of uh, the act of this is the act of giving birth. That is what we referred as paturation. It ensures the birth of healthy young ones. As you give them those feed of which contain highly nutritive values, ensure the birth of healthy young ones. It promotes good health for the mother. As you know, the highly nutritive value contains both the nutrients which are required for growth and development, increases and maintain high milk yield after birth. That is self-explanatory. In sheep, it reduces incidence of diseases like pregnancy toxemia. Uh, in bracket, I've referred it as twin lump disease. There are those diseases which are nutritive. Uh, they appear because of lack of some nutrients in the body. So when you give them quality and highly nutritive feeds, it reduces the chances of toxemia. We have crepe feeding. Crepe feeding is another is the feeding of young ones with special ration from birth to weaning. Young ones include piglets. We have lamb kids. You just give them special ration from birth to weaning. Qualities of a good crepe feeds includes highly digestible. It should be highly digestible, high in energy content or high in energy value. It should be highly digestible in crude protein. It should have high digestible crude protein. It should be highly palatable. When we say palatability or palatable, it just we refer it as taste, the way it tastes. Rich in vitamin and mineral, free from contaminant. It should be clean and pure. Reasons for crepe feeding in livestock production includes replaces the mother's milk at weaning. It is just but a substitute rather than just giving them milk. To maintain health and growth, if the mother doesn't produce enough milk, it ensures that there is that continuous growth and development. To produce young ones to solid feeds, it is a winning process. You just give them feeds, you introduce feeds to them slowly by slowly, as the animal uh, will be used to the feeds, and eventually the calf will stop taking milk and prefer feeds. Gives the necessary nutrient to high growth rate. Gives necessary nutrient to high growth rate for high growth rate. Sorry. Reduces the rate of sucking of the dam. That is I've explained. Lead to higher weight at weaning. It's actually, as you give them those feeds, some of them contain proteins. You have like the chopped desmodium. You have the bone marrow test. They contain all those nutrients, which will ensure higher weight. The calf can be marketed earlier in 1 year because of that high weight and proper that growth. Shorten the period for fattening or finishing. in less than maybe a year, the animal looks bigger and fatter rather than just taking too many years for the animal to be at a certain weight or height. It also the calves are also have high market price. Okay, we have that. We have in the picture, as you see, we have those pigs which are taking those pellets. We also have hoof trimming. Uh, that is the demonstration. This is the cutting back of overgrown hoof, common in sheep on soft tissues. Overgrown hoofs lead to accumulation of dung and dry grass in the fold. Cracking of the hoofs, which will lead to cracking of the hoofs, it will lead to bleeding and rotting of the skin, and eventually will lead to foot rot. We have foot rot. It is a disease which is common in many livestock farms, dairy farms. Sorry. We have tools used for hoof trimming include we have a hoof trimming knife. Uh, it is just like the same knife, but it is used for hoof trimming. We have hoof cutter. It is here. Hoof cutter is here in our picture. You can see. We have hoof rasp. I haven't shown in the diagram, but you can look for it. It is most common. NB, sterilize the above tool before use. You have to sterilize to kill those bacteria. Okay, reason for hoof trimming. We have the reasons. Why do we hoof trim? To facilitate movement. As you know, as the hoofs have overgrown, the path, that base of the leg, of the hoof, all of them will actually have the surface, will attach itself to the surface, which facilitate movement. Rather than when it is overgrown, it is like it is a sharp object, and the animal uses a lot of energy. It strains a lot while walking. It controls foot rot diseases, prevent the ram from injuring the ewe, as you know, during tapping or mating, prevent the injury while walking. That one I've explained. We have docking. Docking is also called tailing. This is the removal of the tail or dock. We have reason for why we do that in sheep. It facilitates tapping or mating, as you can see. Allow for even distribution of fats in the body. As you know, if you have ever seen the animal, the sheep which has not been docked, you'll realize that the tail is very fatty, and actually the distribution of fat in the body will not be uh, will not be will not be uniform. To prevent blowfly infestation, we have those flies which actually hide behind under the tail, and which is mostly common. So when you tail or dock, those the infestation of blowfly will be actually reduced. Docking is accomplished by several methods, include tools used for docking. We have rubbering. The rubbering is here, you can see. You just insert the rubbering at a certain height, then within some times the tail will actually be cut. uh, we have uh, we have which one another one. There's use of a knife or a hot knife just to cut, and actually when you, or a scalpel, when you cut you have to actually before docking you sterilize, and after docking you you can use the aerosol spray uh, on the cut surface, on the cut area, also the iodine to increase healing percentage. uh, and there is a period which you dock. You don't just dock anytime. I'll not look at it today. Actually, uh, just subscribe, more is yet to come in animal production. Those doing agriculture, general agriculture, livestock health, actually will do more. Thank you for listening.